Lakeside Dental Clinic, Go Island, is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic.
PaddleFun Fest is coming up at Departure Bay Beach, May 16th and 17th, and this is one of the things that will be there for you to learn about, enjoy. It is a 6-person outrigger. I've never been in one before. Today is the day. We're all about water and fun on the water today on Go Island. I think that's my seat right there. Is that right?
It is.
All right. We'll see you out there.
Gabriolans respond to changes in the ferry schedule. Day of the Drum with Harbor City Music, and the boys are at it again with Clocked.
We've left the Brecken boat launch and basically paddled our way over here to Departure Bay in a 6-person outrigger. This is my first time, Wolf, in an outrigger. What is it? What's its history? What's it like to paddle this thing?
Well, the outrigger is a traditional Polynesian craft. Typically, you're going to see them in Tahiti, Hawaii, in the South Seas, and this is the way they used to get around.
But for fishing too, this is how they would
For
sort of
fishing,
sustain themselves.
Yeah. Fishing, transportation, everything from a single person up to 6 man. They have some double hull designs with probably 20 or 30 paddlers on board.
Now, how is it different than a canoe besides the obvious appendage?
Well, the outrigger is designed as a for ocean paddling, so you can go out in swells of up to 10 feet, and with a good crew, you're fairly confident that you won't turn over or anything like that.
But it does happen. It does happen.
It does happen, yeah.
Especially with me on board. I did okay though, didn't I?
You did really well.
Excellent. Now, you did mention that this is one of the fastest growing paddle sports going right now?
In North America, yeah.
Wow, okay.
We have a circuit, it's called CORA, Canadian Outrigger Racing Association, and we host events all over the Pacific Northwest, as far down as California. There's a circuit that also in Hawaii, in Tahiti, all the South Seas islands. Yeah.
And people can try this out on PaddleFun Fest?
They certainly can.
Okay, right here on Departure Bay. We're going to tell you more about that event later in this edition of Go Island. We're going to head over to Gabriola Island now, where we're going to find out how islanders are coping and what they think about the new ferry schedule, and then we'll meet you back over at Brecken. This is Kamala Tang. She's with the Nanaimo Boathouse Society, working very hard to establish a Nanaimo Boathouse and Paddling Center right here at this location. We're at Brecken Point in Nanaimo today. What is this center going to be?
This is going to be a center for all disciplines of paddling. We are looking at dragon boat, outrigger, canoe, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards for all ages, from youth right through adult to seniors and disabled.
There's only one facility in town right now that's even close. Is that the Nanaimo Canoe and Kayak Club, and they would become a part of this as well. Is that right?
They're already part of the society, but the difference is they're on Long Lake.
Right.
And on Long Lake, they are flat water paddling. This is ocean paddling. Two very different things.
It sort of seemed like a no-brainer. I mean, here we are, a harbor city.
Yes.
And we don't have a facility like this yet? Why?
That we're trying to fix. Another thing we should remember is this facility will also allow for the growth in adventure tourism and access to the water. Up and down this channel, there's no other access that the public can have to this beautiful harbor. We've got some access down in the commercial harbor, but we all know how limited that is.
Take us through the timeline a little bit about what you've done to make this a reality up to now and what stages are next.
We started back in January of 2012, that's over 3 years ago, and we were working diligently at it, getting a lot of support. Everyone we approached, all the business people, all the stakeholders and movers and shakers in town were very much in favor. We've got VIU, we've got Nanaimo First Nations, we've got 2 of their councillors on our board. We've got Nanaimo Port Authority and many, many business people. All the business people right next door in Brecon area here, Stones Marina, the Sea Air, everyone is in favor. They can't wait for it to be happening because they see this as a great opportunity for business to grow in the north of the channel. They said things are going well in the south, but you know, they're really sucking it up here.
So it sounds like now it's all about raising the money.
Always.
How's that going and how much do you need and how close are we?
Unfortunately, we can't start raising the money yet. We have to wait until the city gives us stage 2 approval, which will then allow us to officially say, yes, the city has identified this as a priority and we could go forward with finalizing the planning, the design work, start working on the permits, and simultaneously working on the fundraising. But you can't really go ask for fundraising when you don't have the permission from the city yet.
Right.
And being a community amenity, which once it's built becomes the property of the city of Nanaimo, we have to wait for them.
And does the city own this land right now?
This is a city park, yes.
Okay.
So this kind of activity fits perfectly.
Excellent, thank you. A big event coming up. We're going to tell you more details about PaddleFun Fest taking place not here at Brecon, but over in Departure Bay. That's all coming up after a short break.
Still to come today, moving to the beat of the drum with Harbor City Music and looking for clues on a very tight timeline.
Oh, well, that's not something you see every day. Well done. That takes a lot of years, a lot of practice. I think it's actually a safety requirement when you know you're becoming an advanced kayakers. But we're moving from paddling and water sports now to drumming. I actually have my script here on the boat. Harbor City Music recently hosted Day of the Drum. Fiona Shedden was there. Harbor City Music and 4 on the Floor Drum Studios are hosting summer camps for kids in July and August for kids and adults from beginner to advanced. And you can get more information at www.harborcitymusic.com. We've come ashore in Departure Bay here now so that we can get into a few of the details about PaddleFun Fest. We've sort of skipped around the event up to now. What is it and who's involved?
Yeah, people that are involved are the Nanaimo Paddlers, NCKC, the Nanaimo Canoe Kayak Club, VIU, Nanaimo First Nations, and the BC Marine Trail Society. And basically what it is, it's a weekend of fun for all paddling disciplines where people can come down and they can learn how to kayak, stand-up paddleboard, outrigger canoe.
So it's very hands-on, very interactive. You don't sort of sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
You get to do it.
You get to do it, and we have all the gear down here for them. All they have to do is show up. We would request that if they want to do a clinic to register online. And there'll also be not only beginners clinics, but advanced clinics for all paddling disciplines. As you just saw, Rael out there flipped her canoe, came right back up. There'll be demonstrations of Greenland kayaking. We'll have kids in kayaks, which will be available all weekend, sponsored by NCKC. We also have Alberni Outpost and Valhalla. That'll be down here with demos, fishing demonstrations, kayak fishing demonstrations.
It sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it does take place here at Departure Bay Beach. And there's some races as well. There's actually going to be an attempt at a world record. We'll tell you about that a bit later on in the show. But there's some races out to Shack Island and
stuff? Right
stuff?
out here, a 1,000-meter course, and it's a, it'll be stand-up paddleboard, kayak, and canoe. And a relay race, so you can enter as a team, And
You get a little glint in your eye when you say that.
Yeah.
Because you know that how fun that is and how kind
it
of
is
crazy
lots
it
of fun,
gets.
yeah. And then on the Sunday, it's a race from here around Shack Island and back again.
That's a bit of a haul, isn't it?
Yeah, about 10K.
Okay, that's an average kind of paddle for what we were doing out there in the outrigger.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. And so a good team probably do it in about an hour.
So, hey, come down and find out what all the excitement is about. See if you catch the paddling bug right here at Departure Bay Beach, May 16th and 17th. We're going to take a short break, and I think we're going to come back out on the water. Well, we must admit this is a pretty good way to spend the morning at work, and we have all these kayakers out here joining us just to, looking for an excuse to get out on the water and have some fun. But come Saturday, May the 16th, they are going to be participating in a flotilla event, along with how many other people do you think, and what is a flotilla?
Well, it's it'll be the official opening of Departure Bay Beach as part of the BC Marine Trails.
Okay.
And so we've invited as many kayakers, canoeists from all over the island, and hopefully some from Vancouver.
And that's taking place on the Saturday, May the 16th at 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock, yeah.
And so everyone's gathered here in Departure Bay, as many people as possible, to set a world record?
Yeah, and that's part of the Zip It Up campaign.
Okay.
And
to get these vests on, to get your personal flotation devices on, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Now you mentioned the BC Marine Trail. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before.
Well, it's basically the Marine Trail Society has mapped out the whole province on the coast for safe landing sites where people can land their kayaks and find resources, etc. So yeah, they've mapped out the whole province, and of course Departure Bay is one of them.
And this is the opening of this site on that trail?
Yes.
All part of PaddleFun Fest right here at Departure Bay on we're talking May 16th and 17th. We're going to throw things over to Todd and Derek. They are once again racing the clock. Brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island PaddleFun Fest, taking place right here at Departure Bay Beach, May 16th and 17th. This is nice.
Lakeside Dental Clinic Go Island is brought to you by Lakeside Dental Clinic, a division of the Vancouver Island Implant Center, delivering dental services, including dental implants and sedation dentistry, all under one roof. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.